Welcome back to another Pokemon Throwback Thursday, where every Thursday morning we take a deep dive into a new set. We are going in complete order, so the set we are checking out today is Sun and Moon Cosmic Eclipse, and we're going to be highlighting a certain Pokemon, and we're going to be checking out their best Pokemon cards in Pokemon history. And for today's video, that is going to be Sylveon, and we are going to do a giveaway today. All you have to do is make sure you're subscribed. You got to hit that notification bell. You got to hit that like. Then you have to answer the question of the day. So for today's question, what line are we getting rid of? Caterpie's line, so all the way up to Butterfree, or Weedle's line, all the way up to Beedrill. This is what we're giving away today. Beautiful Oricorio SIR promo. And I do have to announce the winner from last week's giveaway, and it is at Jace Milne. So to shoot me an email or hit me up on Instagram, I'll get those cards sent out to you. And we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Punch-Out Gaming. Punch-Out Gaming is my local game store that I go to, and it's the #1 game store in all of Minnesota. I've actually been to them all. Nobody beats their variety. Then also, if you're going to grade through PSA for your very first time, you can click my link in the description, use the code BEARD25, and you receive $25 off your very first submission, which is basically a free graded card. And then also, I will be vending March 20th through the 21st in Durant, Oklahoma at the Choctaw Resort and Casino. So it's a Friday and Saturday show, and it is going to be insane. This casino is wild. It looks so nice. I am very, very excited, and I'm bringing all my life-size statues, so definitely swing by if you guys are in the area. I cannot wait to meet everybody. All right. Hop into Cosmic Eclipse. This set came out October 31st, 2019. Total set value, $5,487. This is the set symbol right here. And there's 35 secret rares. Total 464 cards if you include all reverse holos. Now, in my opinion, I actually like Cosmic Eclipse a little bit more than Team Up, because also Cosmic Eclipse basically has the first ever trainer gallery cards, which I'm a huge, huge fan of. And you got the Mimikyu right here. We got a few more. The Coughing. I love the Vileplume GX. This is a beautiful alternate art, in my opinion, even though it's just a basic GX. $14.95. But, I mean, that scene is beautiful. Super, super underrated. And it's actually very easy to complete all of these trainer gallery cards from Cosmic Eclipse, the non-textured ones. But then, of course, you know, we got crazy rainbows. We got full arts. We got alternate arts. We got Charizard in this set. Beautiful Flygon GX Rainbow. Venusaur is also in this set. Blastoise is also in this set. I mean, we got Arceus, Dialga, Palkia. I mean, Reshiram, Zekrom. This set is so stacked. I still don't get why people like Team Up more. I mean, it's the Lovebirds. I get that. But otherwise, I just think this set blows it out of the water. Not to mention, we get, you know, one of the best Pikachu cards we've ever gotten. We got Red and Blue, Lily, Cynthia, and Caitlyn. Now, Team Up 2 was not printed as much as Cosmic Eclipse, so that does make a difference. But still, we got the big boy here, the Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia. This is like the statue card. $467 raw. Then it's got the full art Reshiram and Zekrom, $430. Blastoise and Piplup alt art, $362. Sagalea and Lunala, $317. Some of the most expensive trainers ever, too. We got the Rosa, $281. Megalopunny and Jigglypuff, $223. Cynthia and Caitlyn, $193. Yes, we actually had tag team trainers, which is just so cool. Then we got the Rainbow Reshiram and Zekrom, $184. Lily's Full Force, $173. Red and Blue, $156. Then we got the Pikachu at $136. We got the Rainbow Lunala at $117. And yet again, we got another alternate art Vileplume GX. This card is beautiful, and it's finally getting some love. Raw, $109. It used to be super cheap. I think I bought like 20 of these one time at like 15 or 10 bucks. And we got the Full Art Ends Resolve, the Charizard Embrace and Tag Team Rainbow, even the Blastoise and Piplup Rainbow. I mean, this set is just insane. Even has Professor Oak. Like, it's just got everything in it. If we got a set like this now, man, it'd be crazy. All right, we are starting off with the Charizard Embrace, and this is the non-textured Tag Team alternate art with a pop of 5,400 and a 10, 4,100 and a 9. This was at $225. Now that's sold $132, $145. A lot of these cards went crazy, and now they're coming right back down in price. But honestly, $129 for this card, not too bad. Next, we have the actual full art Charizard Embrace with a pop of 1,050 and a 10, 1,150 and a 9. Last sold raw, $300. And here is the Rainbow. This is a pop of 1,900 in a 10, 1,200 in a 9. Last sold in a 10, only $250. And if we check that 1 year, it did get up to $410. Next, we have the Secret Rare Pikachu. This card is just crazy. It's actually kind of tough to grade, too. I had like 4 of them one time, and I graded them all. This should have been 10s, too, but I got 3 9s and 1 10. This has a pop of 3,600 in a 10, 7,600 in a 9. Actually going up in price right now. Last sold now on eBay is $953. And if we check the 1 year, it was $336. So this card is catching up. Next, we have the red and blue tag team trainer. This has a pop of 1,085 in a 10, 815 in a 9. Last sold in a 10 was $472. Before that was $599 and $520. And this is about a $150 raw card. Next, we have the full art Cynthia and Caitlin tag team trainer. This has a pop of 906 in a 10, 675 in a 9. This was at $600. Now last sold $370 and $384. And it's about a $180 to $200 raw card. Next, we have the full art Megalopony and Jigglypuff. This is a pop of 780 in a 10, 942 in a 9. Last sold in a 10 was $598. This was all the way up to $900. And raw and a PSA 9, we got 200 and 200. Next, we have the alternate art Solgaleo and Lunala. This is a pop of 1,210 in a 10, 1,671 in a 9. Last sold in a 10 is $980. And this was all the way up to $1,857. Basically cut in half. The sale before that was $1,300. And raw, it's going to be about a $250 to $325 card if you want it actually clean. And we got 9s at about $350. Next, we have the Blastoise and Piplup Tag Team Alternate Art with a pop of 1,400 in a 10, 1,800 in a 9. This was at $1,500. Now last sold $1,500. If we check back a year, it got up to $1,700, so just coming down a little bit. And raw, looks like it's close to a $300 card, and we got a PSA 9 for $419. Next, we have the Reshiram and Zekrom Tag Team Alternate Art. This is a pop of 1,100 in a 10, 1,500 in a 9. This was at $2,100, dropped down to $1,300. Now last sold $1,750, PSA 9 at $385, and a lot of raw sales at about $300. And the PSA 10 sale before that last one was $2,200. Next, my favorite tag team in the set. This is the Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia. This is a pop of 1,500 in a 10, 1,700 in a 9. I want a life-size statue of this one day. I don't know where I'd put it, but I really want it. So last sold in a PSA 10 is $2,050. Before that was $1,850. Next, we have the Cosmic Eclipse Booster Pack. This was at $56. Now last sold $69, $75, $66. And I still feel like this thing could easily just double and triple in price, to be honest. Next, we have the Cosmic Eclipse ETB. So if we check back 6 months ago, it was at $1,825, kind of leveling out. Last sold $1,900, and before that was $1,549. Not a ton of sales on TCG Player. The one was technically a couple weeks ago now. And here's the Cosmic Eclipse Booster Box. Last sold on TCG Player is $4,000. That's insanely clean. And that was actually pretty recent, about a week ago. All right, we are jumping to Sylveon. Honestly, not a ton of Sylveon cards. She has some really, really nice ones for her like big grails and chases, but only one full page of Sylveon, and pretty much all the Pokemon I've done so far, even like Charmander and Squirtle and stuff, even Bulbasaur had 2 pages. But Sylveon definitely has a lot more chases than those guys. So here's some of the cheaper stuff. We're going to take a little peek, enjoy some of these arts. I really like the Sylveon Enshrouded Fable. I'm going to butcher the name, but it's done by Kiro Imori. I think that thing is pretty nice. The Prismatic Evolutions one, which of course we got our Pokeball and Master Ball, which we'll be checking out. And we got our Sylveon EX from Prismatic Evolutions. We even got a Cosmos Hoyle for Sylveon. And we got a couple basic Sylveon Vs, which are not too bad. We got a Sword and Shield promo and one from Evolving Skies. Very nice Sylveon right here. There's usually always flowers or something in the background for Sylveon. And this is where it starts to get pretty good here. So we got the Sylveon Prismatic Evolution stamp card from the surprise box. That's a $5 card. We got the Sylveon Pokemon Day promo, which was $7. I really like those Pokemon Day cards. And we got the Dark Sylveon V from Celebrations. I really think this card is still pretty undervalued. It's only $7. I mean, we do not get Dark Pokemon ever. And we were just hoping to get them for Destined Rivals. But we did get one for Celebrations. And, you know, the VMAX, stuff like that, which we're going to check out here now. So we're going to go from newest to oldest. So we got the Sylveon Master Ball Holo. This has a pop of only 458 in a 10, 973 in a 9. These cards are very tough to pull, and honestly, they're pretty tough to grade. I really feel like picking up at least the Evolutions would be pretty smart. Last sold in a PSA 10, 129, 150 raw. It's about $15 to $20. Let's check the all-time high for this card. got up to about $300 in a PSA 10. Next, we have the Sylveon EX SIR from Prismatic Evolutions. This card was $1,700 in a 10, dropped down to $911, now last sold $1,149. And we got raw $285, $299, finally below $300, and a PSA 9 at $340. Next, we have the Sylveon VMAX from Evolving Skies. This is a pop of $1,600 in a 10, $629 in a 9. This is at $94 in a 10, dropped down to $66, and now last sold is $84, and this is literally a $10 to $15 card. You can even get a PSA 9 for $20. And we have the same exact art, but the rainbow version with a pop of $2,100 in a 10, $659 in a 9, and kind of holding this price pretty good. Last sold $117 and $120 before that, and this is about a $35 to $40 raw card. Next, we have the Sylveon V, also from Evolving Skies, with a pop of $903 in a 10, $744 in a 9, and the last sold in a 10 is $72. I mean, that is just dirt cheap, coming from one of the greatest sets we've ever had, an Evolution, and you can get it raw for about $20 or $25. Next, we have the Sylveon V Trainer Gallery from Brilliant Stars. This is a pop of $4,000 in a 10, $2,700 in a 9. Last sold raw $55, $40, $47. And we got a PSA 10 at $139. These cards are so cheap. And same thing with the Sylveon VMAX Trainer Gallery. This was at $263. Now last sold $134, so you can basically get $100 off. This is a pop of $7,600 in a 10, $2,100 in a 9. And this is about a $55 raw card. Next, we have the Sylveon V Alternate Art from Evolving Skies with a pop of $6,600 in a 10, $4,800 in a 9. Last sold in a 10, $339, $325, $280. This was at $350, so holding this value pretty decent. And we got raw at $150, $130, and a PSA 9 at $175. And here is the Sylveon VMAX. Yeah, I like this card so much more than the Umbreon VMAX. It's not even close. We literally get 3 EVs, Vaporeon, Marshadow. Is that a Kangaskhan up there? I mean, this card is actually insane if you really think about it. Same thing with the Glaceon that has a Pikachu and an Eevee in it. But this card was at $737 in a 10. Now last sold $562 and $570. We got raw at $255, $287, $300, and a 9 at $335. This is a pop of $13,000 in a 10, $3,700 in a 9, so very easy to grade. All right, we are jumping to the Sun and Moon era. We got the Sylveon GX Full Art. This is a pop of $592 in a 10, $541 in a 9. This is at $237, and now last sold in a 10 is $350, and raw is about a $48 to $50 card. And here is the Rainbow Sylveon GX. This is a pop of $388 in a 10, $360 in a 9, and this was at $310, now last sold $370, and $500 before that. And raw looks like it is about a $50 to $100 card, depending on condition, of course. Next, we have the Sylveon GX from Hidden Fates. So again, same exact card for all 3 of these. It's just one's a full art, one's a rainbow, and one is a shiny. So love this card though. It's super nice. This is a pop of $4,900 in a 10, $3,100 in a 9. And last sold in a 10, $339 and $330. Raw, we got $170, $150, and we got a PSA 9 at $139. Next, we have the Gardevoir and Sylveon GX Tag Team Alternate Art. This is non-textured. It's a pop of $1,700 in a 10, $1,200 in a 9. And this is one of those cards that went pretty high, got up to $300. Now last sold $187 and $152. We got a PSA 9 at $73 and raw at $55. Next, we have the Full Art Gardevoir and Sylveon. I mean, that's a pretty good pair up in my opinion. Gardevoir and Sylveon. That's why my wife loves these cards. This is a pop of $826 in a 10, $518 in a 9. Last sold raw $85, $56, $95. We got a PSA 9 at $85, and last in a 10 is at $175. And here is the Rainbow, same exact art again. Pop of $488 in a 10, $425 in a 9. And last sold in a 10 is $375. And raw, if you want it clean, it's definitely going to be closer to $100. Next, we got the big boy. This is the Gardevoir and Sylveon GX Tag Team Alternate Art. This thing is textured. It is beautiful. This is a pop of $1,600 in a 10, $1,300 in a 9. Last sold raw $625, $584, $368, $599. So very, very expensive. Let's check the 1 year. Looks like it got up to $2,087. Now last sold $1,716.50. Next, we have the Black Star Promo XY95. This has Pikachu, and it also has a Sylveon in there. It says a pop of 31 in a 10. Last sold in a 10 is $2,000. And raw, if you want it really clean, it's definitely going to be closer to $100. Next, we have the Altaria Radiant Collection from Generations. This is a pop of 19 in a 10, 114 in a 9. This card is adorable. Altaria, Dedenne, and Sylveon. And it's a Radiant Collection, so it's got a really nice kind of reverse hollow shimmer to it. This is literally a $15 card. And we got a PSA 10 sale now at $750. Before that, it was at $415 for a pop 18 card with 3 very popular Pokemon on there. Next, we have the Sylveon EX from Generations. Got a super nice Eevee on there. We got some really nice gems on the side, some stars all over. It's very nice for just being kind of a basic EX. Says a pop of 132 in a 10, 759 in a 9. Last sold raw 35, 54, 45. PSA 9 at 158. And we got a PSA 10 sale at $853. Before that was $2,000. And before that was $1,475 and then back down to $800. So that's kind of crazy. Next, we have the other Radiant Collection card from Generations. This is the full art. This is a pop of 298 in a 10, 1800 in a 9, 2900 in a 8, 1600 in a 7. Last sold raw 90, 87, 120, 95. And we got a PSA 10 sale at $3,450 and a 9 at $300. All right, now we're jumping to a couple Japanese exclusives. We got the Unagaba Sylveon here. It says a pop of 19,000 in a 10, 2,400 in a 9. And honestly, just kind of goes up and down. Last sold 135 and 125. And raw, it's about a $65 to $80 card. And last on the list, we have the Poncho wearing Eevee with the Sylveon on top. This is a pop of 610 in a 10, 1,200 in a 9. Last sold raw, 867, 498, and 598. These cards do not sell very often raw, to be honest. Most people get them graded. And we do have a PSA 10 sale here at $3,587 and $2,550 before that. And those two sales are about 6 months apart, with the newest one being about a week ago. So yeah, that was all we got for Sylveon. Like I said, not a ton, but she definitely has some of the best chase cards we've ever gotten in Pokemon, so it does kind of make up for it. But all right, if you guys like this content and you guys want to stay ahead of the market and you guys want to be entered into the giveaway, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. If you guys want to support more, you guys can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, Facebook, YouTube membership, all that. You guys know what to do. You guys are the best. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my last Pokemon What If Wednesday, which was a crazy one, we talk about 151 card prices, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.